everybody. Rabbi Bill Hamilton back here.
Welcome back, Rabbi Hamilton. It's great to have you back.
Welcome back, Rabbi. Our condolences again.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rabbi Starr, Rabbi Bonnie Cohen. Question for this week's Parsha Ponderings relates to the opening passage, the declaration that's part of the Seder, familiar from the Haggadah. My father was a wandering Aramean, tells the entire story of our people in a few verses. What's fascinating is that it's declared in the first person singular and plural, making it more memory than history, which would be in the third person, for example. Do we have some thoughts about the difference between memory and history?
History is what happens. Memory is a little bit more slippery. Memory sometimes is the narrative of telling a story about what happened. Memory ends up being as much, if not more, about the person who is telling the story than about the facts that they ostensibly may be narrating. So that's a little bit of that may be too sophisticated by half, but that's my sense of the difference.
Well, and what comes to mind as Rabbi Starr, as you're saying that, is history as being kind of a collective memory then. So we're kind of trying to preserve a memory of our people. What I think is challenging about that, and what I'm kind of rubbing up against, especially in our current moment, is whose memories do we preserve and whose memories do we discard? Therefore, how is history written based on whose memories are left out of the story? What have we been deprived of all of this time as our people has been forming? And what are those layers that are missing? And how do we begin to either unearth them, which have been kind of saved in small ways, or to draw them out from our current moment and to make sure that those memories are carried on in our future as a people?
I do think it's noteworthy that one of the names liturgically for Rosh Hashanah, just a little over a couple weeks away, is Yom HaZikaron, the day of remembering, and the ways in which each of you have spoken about the power of both of these exercises, the objectivity of history and the personal way in which we remember, feel important for us to be able to enter a new year.
I agree. I think that when we think about all the work that we do to try to be accountable to ourselves, to other people, the whole premise of the tshuva process is that we are actually capable of being honest about what actually happened. And that we have to be able to speak about that and to feel the pain of regret. It's hard to move forward if you can't do that, and I think that's where the history piece comes in. But on the other hand, the memory, I think, very much speaks to what Rabbi Bonnie Cohen said, which is that oftentimes tshuva is going on in the space in between two people, and they're in effect sharing narratives.
Which ties in nicely with the other name for the holiday, which is Yom HaTruah, and thinking about the power of listening. You know, the sound of the shofar reverberates within us only because we're willing to really listen. We're only because we're really willing to let that sound enter us and impact us and change us. And so too, as we're listening to the memories of others, may those change us. May those enter us and enter our consciousness and transform us as we enter into this new year.
God, you guys are both really good at Torah.
Amazing.
At any rate, so great to be with you again. Wishing everybody a sweet Shabbat as we embrace Parshat Tavo, and wish everybody a sweet, healthy, good new year.
Yes, absolutely. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.